Matt Damon, Rooney Mara, and Joaquin Phoenix are joining an outraged cavalcade of A-listers taking on China tonight. Not over human rights, but instead over canine rights. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
It's become a worldwide campaign with its own theme song, street protests, and Hollywood celebrities joining in.
We are here asking you to stop the cruelty.
Stop the beatings. Stop the burning.
All aimed at a little-known city in China that today, on the summer solstice, began a week-long festival featuring dogs served up as food.
Just barbaric. That is the word, barbaric. Heinous.
For Lisa Vanderpump, the owner of 8 dogs and one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
I'm passionate about dogs, just not crazy about bitches.
the campaign against the Chinese Dog Festival began when she saw some of the photos that animal activists were able to record.
You can never erase those images from your mind once you've seen them.
For at least the last 6 years, the Chinese city of Yulin has been home to the Dog Meat Festival, attracting tourists seeking exotic food. Restaurants today had signs offering boiled dog meat and dog meat with mashed garlic. Apparently not bothered by the growing uproar over both the idea of eating man's best friend and the gruesome techniques at slaughterhouses hidden in the back corners of the city's marketplaces.
And I think we should put pressure on China to stop it. There's a lot of Chinese activists, and my partner John, who's on the ground there, has interacted with them.
Been here for the past 12 days, and about 2 days before we arrived, we got word that our activists had actually stopped a dog meat truck. So we've spent the past week working with the Chinese activists to stabilize the 300 dogs and cats that were rescued from the dog meat truck.
And John Sessa says the efforts by animal activists are starting to have an impact in Yulin.
The festival has kind of been pushed back to what they call Dog Meat Street, and the kind of brutal slaughtering is going on more behind the scenes, but obviously it's still going on in back alleys. It's definitely still occurring on a daily basis.
And now it has all been caught on camera by a team of American animal activists who sneaked into Dog Meat Street and found what they describe as dog slaughterhouses.
The slaughter happens under cover of night. We used undercover cameras, and so we're able to obtain footage of the dog meat trade and dog meat slaughter that hasn't been obtained yet before.
Wayne Chung and Julianne Perry work for a group called Direct Action Everywhere and provided ABC News with the video they recorded, much of which is too disturbing to be broadcast under ABC News standards.
I was shocked and horrified by what I saw. Many of them were breeds that Americans know very well, Labradors, Cocker Spaniels.
You walk towards the slaughterhouse and you just hear screams.
Many of the dogs in cages and pens waiting to be killed appeared to have collars, they said.
There are gangs of men who maraud the streets in places like Beijing and Shanghai and will steal dogs off the street because they know they can get $40 to $50 if they ship them down to Yulin for a dog meat festival.
Festival promoters claim that eating dog meat on the summer solstice will bring good luck all year. It's been a tradition in China for centuries.
It's not widespread. There are a few pockets of China that it is still ongoing, and they believe dog is healthy for their body.
The two activists said they had a close call when some of the dog meat traders discovered what they were doing.
2 of the men picked up metal poles and were holding them in their hands and hitting them in their hands. And I remember sitting there next to Wayne thinking, this might be where I die.
This is the conditions they live in.
The activists also found farms outside the city where dogs are raised for slaughter. These are dogs being raised for slaughter.
For slaughter, for food, yeah.
Under Chinese law, it is legal to sell dog meat. And in a statement to ABC News, the Chinese government called it the food preference of individuals. It said the local government has never supported or organized any so-called dog meat festival. But the activists say local authorities took them into custody when they were discovered filming.
They initially threatened to charge us with espionage and burglary. They released us after 2 days, approximately 2 days of interrogations, pretty much nonstop.
But before they were deported, they were able to rescue 3 dogs from Yulin and smuggle them out of the country, although leaving the other dogs they had seen to an ugly fate.
There was a little black dog. I had to walk away from him knowing that the next day I would watch footage of him being beaten to death. The fact that I couldn't take him out was the most difficult thing I've ever faced in my life.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Now the 3 rescued dogs are in California, called the Boys by the animal activists.
Can you guys be calm for a second?
Leading a life safe from the slaughterhouse.
I'm here living in Beverly Hills. You know, there are people that are immersed in this every day and fighting against it. And I think the only way you can implement change is by making noise, and that's what we're doing.
For Nightline, this is Brian Ross, ABC News, New York.